Hello, in this video we will learn about market basket analysis and how to create a market basket analysis using Tableau. Ever wondered how Amazon knows what items to suggest to you before and after you make a purchase? Usually you will see something like customers who viewed this item also considered or also purchased. So something like that is done by using a market basket analysis, which is an aspect of affinity analysis specifically created to promote sales. Market basket analysis claims to find the relationships and establish patterns across purchases. Retailers often use this information from market basket analysis in a variety of ways, such as uh, making their store layout decisions. Sometimes retailers will like to place products that are occurring together in analysis in close proximities on the store floor so that shoppers' experience is improved. Sometimes they use this information to use cross-selling or upselling other products. And this information can also be used for placement of items on a website or products in catalogs. Let's go ahead and learn how can we use Tableau for an example of market basket analysis. So a market basket analysis looks to see if there is a combination of product frequently co-purchased together to drive recommendation engines or marketing campaigns. To do this in Tableau, we are going to connect to data in a new worksheet. We will just be using sample superstore data, which comes with most Tableau installations. So let's go ahead and get that. If you need to click on data source again, right now you have orders, people, returns. So a lot of data sets or data files are available within this sample superstore. We will be working with orders data. Right now you have one instance of the orders data here. To create market basket analysis, we will be basically looking at what subcategories of products are bought frequently with other subcategories of product. To do that, we need the subcategories twice. In your data sheet, you can see that in the orders part of the sample superstore, you have under product a variable called as subcategory, which denotes the product subcategory. To do market basket analysis, we need two instances of this product subcategory. Basically, we are using a cross tabulation of product subcategory with itself and then using the number of records or how many items have been purchased as the cross tabulation number. To do this, we need two copies of the order data. So we already have one copy of the order data here. We need another copy of the order data. Then we are going to use something called a self join between these two orders. So let's bring one more copy of the order data. By default, this is called as order 1 to differentiate it from the first one. Now we are going to use the inner join, which only selects the common items based on both the tables or both the data sets and doesn't select anything that's not common between these two data sets. We need to specify what is the common field between these two data sets. Now, if we want to conduct this analysis based on the customer level, so if I want to see customers who bought item A also bought item B, then we need to conduct our analysis as the customer level. Hence, we will use customer ID as the common field. On the other hand, if you wanted to conduct your analysis at the order level, such as in one particular order, if there was item B present, item A was also present. So if you conduct your analysis at item level or order level, then you need to have order ID as your field. We will go ahead and do our analysis at the customer level. So let's put customer ID equals customer ID. So in both the copies of the data sets, we are saying customer ID needs to be the field which are going to be matched up. And there is additional condition that we are going to use. This second condition will help us use a good formatting for our data. So this condition is product subcategory, the field name is subcategory, is greater than subcategory from the second table. The reason we are using this is it will give a nice formatting to our data, which I'll show you later on. So go ahead, make sure you have both of these conditions. Now let's go ahead and open a worksheet. In the worksheet, you can see that some fields are coming from the first. For example, right now we have customer name. This has coming from the first copy of the order data. And then you can also see that there will be fields which are coming, same field name will be coming from the second table. And when it comes from the second table, it will have the name orders 1 next to it. So 1 attached to the orders table. Okay, so you see customer name here and customer name on the top. This one is coming from the first copy and this one is coming from the second copy. This will be appended to all variables, whether it's a dimension variable or whether it's a measure variable. So you do the same thing for measure variable. You can see discount. This is coming from the first table. This is coming from the second table. So we have 2 copies of all the variables. To get our worksheet ready, we are going to bring subcategory from the first table to the rows. So let's go ahead and find product subcategory. This one is from the second table and this one is from the first table. Let's grab the first one and bring it to the rows. We have all the subcategories here. Let's go ahead, get the second subcategory from the second table and place it on columns. So you see that now we have a cross tabulation table ready here. Now we'll go ahead and take number of records and place it on the text field. So now each of these fields is showing number of records which are common. Let's do a little bit of formatting here. We are also going to add number of records to color so that this shows as a color. And I'm going to go to show me and change it to highlight tables. And we need to swap rows and columns because it got changed a little bit. Okay, so now you can see with this formatting, I have this number. So 514 people who bought accessories also bought appliances. Let's go ahead and rename this sheet as Market Basket Analysis. So what this shows us is that the number of people who bought copiers and accessories together is 57. And number of people who bought copiers with art is 79. So that's the result of market basket analysis. So you can see what are the products people buy frequently together, and based on our legend, we see the darker the color, the higher the number. And I can see that the most common things people buy together is paper and binders. And then you can see there are some other items with high scores, such as here you can see most people will buy phones and binders together. And more people with phones, the most common item that people buy is actually binders. In a similar way, you can see with binders, people buy phone and paper and furnishings. So that's what it looks like. That's the result of your market basket analysis. Now you see there is something special about the formatting we have here. And with binders, the top two rows are empty. So binders with appliances or art is not showing here because binders with art and appliances come here. So basically, to avoid redundancy of data or duplication of data, in this cross tab, we have done something to avoid or make sure that this top half is empty. To do this, that's what we did in data source when we used the condition subcategory is greater than subcategory. Basically, we said to arrange the subcategories alphabetically, and something that has occurred before is not gonna show again. Let me show you what happens in the same chart if I remove that condition. So I'm going to go back to my data source. See, this is our chart right now. If I go back to the data source, click on this center to see our inner join condition, and I'm going to take this condition off, the second condition, subcategory greater than subcategory. If I take this off and go back to my analysis, you see now I'm getting a tabulation with repetition of data. So binders with art is appearing here as well as under arts and binders. So same information is appearing at two places, here as well as here. So the condition on data source, we can go ahead and redo that. Subcategory is greater than subcategory from the other table. This condition will help us in a nice formatting of our data. So that's market basket analysis using customer ID. If you wanted to change this analysis at order level and say in one order how many times accessories and appliances are bought together, we'll need to make just one simple change. We'll go back to data source, click on the inner join condition. Instead of customer ID equals customer ID, we need to join this data set based on order ID. So let's see what happens. We'll select order ID from the first table equals order ID from the second table. And now this is a different data set matching. Based on that, we have done the exact same thing, but you will notice the numbers have changed now. So in one order, how many times accessories and appliances have been bought together in a single order? 74 times. So maybe the other number of customers who were doing this were doing it in multiple orders, right? So that's market basket analysis for you. However, that's one. The customer ID level is the most common. That's how Amazon knows that you may not have placed an item order today, but you may have bought it over time. So at customer level, that makes more sense given multiple purchases done by a customer. So that's all. Let's go ahead and save this worksheet.